my house about gender roles in the house. And my sister, through this term at the dinner table, she said this is called weaponized incompetence. Where basically it's that, the men, they can go and fill the dishwasher. Like they can hang the clothes, but they'll act ignorant to do it. So it gets to the point that the lady says, it's fine, I'll just do it. And you do that for many years, and then the gender roles just keep getting louder and louder.
That's true.
So that's interesting. Like, it's not that we can't. It's just that apparently we wait for them
Yeah.
to
Or
do
you're so you tell yourself you're bad at.
Hey YouTube, you have made your way back to Mind Your Mind with Just Justified. So you saw the title, let's jump right in. Weaponized incompetence. What does that mean? So weaponized incompetence is a manipulative tactic where someone intentionally performs poorly or claims they can't do a task to avoid responsibility. So let me repeat that again. It says weaponized incompetence is when is a manipulative tactic where someone intentionally performs poorly or claims they can't do a task to avoid responsibility. So let's look at our first video.
Show you guys what weaponized incompetence is. It's something my baby daddy loves to use against me very, very well. Last night, I went to bed at like 10. I asked him, hey, can you please clean the bottles, right? And he did. He cleaned the bottles. They're right there. He also did not put dinner away. So there's that. He was in charge of dinner last night, and he just ordered us food. I can't do that because I'm not allowed to do that. But anyway, he left dishes in the sink because I didn't ask him to do that either. So if I were to ask, and he left a pan over there. So if I were to ask him, hey, I thought I asked you to pick up the kitchen last night. Oh, well, you only told me to clean the bottles, and I did clean the bottles. You didn't tell me to put the food away, and you didn't tell me to clean up the rest of it. That's weaponized incompetence. He's playing stupid to basically win an argument. Don't settle for this. And I'm going to start doing videos like this because I can't get out of my situation anytime soon. There are many different forms of abuse, and this is one of them.
I might get a lot of hate for what I'm about to say, but is it possible that your man left the pizza boxes out last night because you can do that? It's just like pizza bread that gets left out. As far as the one glass and the one plate that I see in the sink, I think that it's possible that he cleaned up all the dinner dishes, but then it's possible that he grabbed himself a snack and a drink to watch some TV and relax, and those dishes ended up in the sink because the dishwasher was running. Or maybe he's the type that likes a full sink of dishes to build up before he actually puts them in the dishwasher. And as for the pan, it kind of looks clean and like it belongs there. I don't know, some people leave the most frequently used pans on their stove. My entire point is that your man probably has no idea that you're this upset. Well, until he sees this TikTok. And then he's gonna feel a certain way about you shaming him on TikTok instead of just communicating with him and getting on the same page so that you both feel like partners.
Okay. It's absolutely frustrating when someone does the bare minimum for things that are so obvious. And I really hope this girl at the end, I really hope it was sarcasm rather than gaslighting, because I don't think she's for real. Like, are you serious? There are certain things that you kind of could associate, like, okay, I'm in the kitchen, I'm taking care of dinner, and this is this and this and this. I see this and this and this and this. I mean, maybe everyone don't work like that, but he left quite a bit in that kitchen for her to kind of, if she's not being sarcastic, to be like, oh yeah, no, the pizza can be left out. Pots stay on the stove. The dishes in the sink. No, because then she didn't even hear that he will catch a fit, like especially with doing pizza, ordering pizza for dinner, like how he did. But if it was her, he wouldn't really allow that. So, I mean, I don't know. What do you think about that one? All right, but here's another one.
debate in my house about gender roles in the house. And my sister, through this term at the dinner table, she said this is called weaponized incompetence. Where basically it's that, the men, they can go and fill the dishwasher. Like they can hang the clothes, but they'll act ignorant to do it. So it gets to the point that the lady says, it's fine, I'll just do it. And you do that for many years, and then the gender roles just keep getting louder and louder.
That's true.
So that's interesting. Like, it's not that we can't. It's just that apparently we wait for them.
Or you tell yourself you're bad at it.
Exactly.
You call that weaponized what?
Weaponized incompetence.
Yeah.
So using your competence as a weapon to get the lady to fulfill the task.
You even do it badly.
Yeah.
You do it to know.
You do
it badly. So that like she doesn't ever want you to do it.
I just do it. Yeah, that's true.
Now, it's funny how they sounded like they knew exactly what he was talking about and insinuated as if they have that, like they have used it before, weaponized incompetence. That's, but just, with the whole laughing though at the end, I thought that was the whole fact that weaponized incompetence usually ends up like tormenting people. People get really frustrated, and it can be, on the other hand, like you're leaving a lot of work for someone to do and acting like if you don't know what to do. And they found that funny. I don't know. That was kind of weird to me. They were able to kind of like even refer to it, but just didn't know what it was, what the term for it was. But I don't know. I just I didn't like the whole laughing about it part, and I didn't like that. To me, it sounded like if they used it before, in a sense, just by how because they were like, oh, you mean. Like that's usually in a talk where, okay, you're familiar with it in a sense, but you just didn't know what it was called. All right, so I have another one.
Husband did one load of dishes. It was like 6 cat plates, 3 children's plates, and like 4 mugs, and cleaned the sink, but he left me all of this. And I said, what the hell, that's not helping me. So what did he do? He came and he put the dishes away. But that's it. Am I wrong to be upset?
Hey, come on. And the sad part is onlookers may look at it jokingly. Just like the men that we saw before. They look at that jokingly like, okay, it's all right. Like, he put something away. But imagine if this is what she has to deal with on a daily basis. Can you empathize with how frustrating this can be? And then there is this one, which shows weaponized incompetence, and it can be so diabolical. Like, I don't know. Check this one out. Well, this one actually, no. The next video it's a therapist, and I always love adding my therapist in there and seeing what they have to say about the topic.
Competence is totally a thing. It needs to be talked about. But what I want people to remember that make comments and content about weaponized incompetence when it comes to referencing a specific person, as a therapist, I've seen so many people in these kinds of relationships. I have had friends divorce over these types of issues. And what I know is that it is deeply painful and embarrassing for the woman in that relationship. The insidiousness of weaponized incompetence is not appreciated by the public in general, because what they assume it is a man taking advantage and a woman not standing up for herself. But what it really is much more insidious. It's a man, we're not talking about abusive stuff, we're talking about a man who gets into a relationship that gives just enough that the withdrawal of that support that he does do would make that woman's life even more miserable. Whether that is parenting help, whether that is financial support, whether that is security, whether that is just logistical, sort of doing life together stuff, whether that's emotional stuff. And the fact he does not give enough is intensely painful for that woman. But if she pushes for more, he just threatens to remove the little he's already doing. he is quite literally the one with all of the leverage in the relationship because of this. And so he puts her in a position where she has to choose between two miserable solutions. And which shitty solution you're going to choose is not cut and dry and has nothing to do with how strong of a woman you are, or how boundaried you are, or how healthy, girl boss empowered you are. Go after the men all you want, but be aware that when you address or highlight a woman in this situation with things like, you shouldn't put up with this, girl, I would never, your husband doesn't do XYZ, basically like pinning the perceived faults of the man on that woman. You can say you're being supportive and encouraging all day long, but all you're doing is highlighting this woman's humiliation for the entire internet. You can ask any therapist that has had clients in this situation. It is an extremely nuanced, complex, painful situation for a woman to have to navigate. And it is intensely painful for the people around her to act as though it is a simple decision, and that if she's not making the decision to leave, that she must just be weak or not respect herself.
Yeah, so it can get quite overwhelming, because just think about it. If someone is putting in subpar effort, and you are the type of person who, like, you're like, okay, if it's not done properly, okay, I'd rather do it myself. Then you end up having the bulk of the workload, which can get quite overwhelming. And when it comes to tasks, that can be easy as washing dishes or even laundry, and putting away the clothes and everything like that. You end up doing pretty much everything because that person deemed that they don't know how to do it, maybe, or whatever, or they don't do it right sometimes. And so you're like, okay, I'll just do it by myself. So then you end up doing all the work. And then let's go to our last video. I'm gonna leave you with this last one, because there are those sometimes that come into the comment section making excuses for, rather than realizing that this is an actual thing that some people do and that some people go through. And if it's not you, why defend it? You know the saying, a hit dog hollers. If it's not you and you do not use weaponized incompetence, okay, then move it along. But there are people who use weaponized incompetence, especially when we see so many of those who decide to record it, which, I'm never one for putting all of that out in the public like that. You got to deal with it, like, even if it's going through a therapist or whatever. But posting it, I don't know, because that usually stirs up more bad than good to me. But if it doesn't apply to you, you don't have to say anything, in a sense, to kind of try and disqualify it. But there are people out there who experienced weaponized incompetence, so don't invalidate those people. So I'm gonna leave you with this last video, and tell me, like, I need you to turn your empathy meter up, because if you were to come home to something like this, you telling me that you'll be okay with it? Like, be for real. So I'm gonna leave you with this last video.
Watch this, y'all. Let me get out the way. Returning home after my 11-day vacation. Look at this. Y'all. This is on purpose. Paper towel. So I'm not saying that her partner is a narcissist, y'all, but that is an example of weaponized incompetence. And of course, if you're new here, I'm actually a diagnosed narcissist, and I point out toxic people's traits and behaviors. Y'all, that's on purpose. That right there, this right here is an example of like, I was trying to clean it up, but you do a better job at it. This is when people play stupid or play dumb and just make it seem like you do tasks better, so they just allow you to do it. Like, you can pick the paper towel roll up or any of these toys or anything. And no, it's not just the kids either, because those are adult shoes right there, y'all. This is absolutely on purpose. This is like a punishment for going on a vacation and leaving me here with the kids. I'm gonna show you what happens. So if you're dealing with this or you're a victim of this, it makes you not want to go on vacation anymore because you don't want to come home to that right there. You can't enjoy time to yourself because you're scared of what you're gonna come home to. Like, home absolutely destroyed or whatever. Kids, it just, her caption said, at least he kept the kids alive. Telling you, if you have a toxic, narcissistic partner, they will do this type of stuff on purpose just to pay you back for going out of town and leaving here with the kids. So so you don't want to do it anymore. And no, your partner doesn't have to be a narcissist to do that, but weaponized incompetence is a real thing, y'all. Oh, I don't know how to wash the clothes, so you do it better. I don't know how to run the dishwasher because you just do it better. They come out cleaner when you do it. It is absolutely 100% on purpose, and it's conditioning you to do everything. And before the toxic people hop in the comment section and saying, well, like, what, maybe the other person pays all the bills and that's their job to clean up. Shut the fuck up. Like, literally, shut the fuck up. Like, when the paying all the bills absolve you of doing anything at home, anything, that, woo.
There you have it. So sometimes, I think about situations where women are invalidated at times when they say they're not happy and things like that. And I'm not saying that should be the route and all that for demise of even a relationship or whatever, but sometimes I feel like it's little things like that, sometimes accumulating amongst other things that needs to be rectified before the case. So even on the person who is victim to weaponized incompetence, I feel like they need to voice their opinion as much as possible, or see what kind of help they can get as a couple before it gets major, because that can lead to major issues. And to the person who's being insensitive and thinking that, oh, they're getting out of things, you got to reflect on that too. And this is something where we can all be called in the relationships in our lives right now to kind of be introspective. Is there anything where we're acting like we do not know how to do, and just kind of, try and change those kind of things that are toxic, that affects the people in our lives. So I do have a mindful moment. So for the mindful moment, I have a question. And this question is pretty similar to what I said before. Did you ever find yourself acting as you cannot do a task just to get out of it? Did you ever find yourself acting as if you do not know how to do a task just to get out of it? Let me know in the comment section, y'all. What do y'all think about weaponized incompetence? Are you guilty of it? Has it been used on you? Let me know. What do you think? All right, don't forget, control your mind before it ends up controlling you. Mind your mind, y'all. All right. Peace.